From Brandon Valley High School here in Brandon, South Dakota, it is time for Lynx football right here on Lynx TV. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Kyle Roque, filling in for Ken McEwen tonight. Bob Arnold once again here. He is by my side. Bob, it's the 24th annual Pigskin Classic. I still have memories of the first Pigskin Classic. Mostly I was watching 3-on-3 basketball in the parking lot saying, what is this? I mean, this is a whole day event that ends right here with a huge game to start the season between the Brandon Valley Lynx and the Washington Warriors. We're expecting some big things from this Brandon Valley football team this year. A lot of defense, a lot of returning starters for the defense, new offensive look, new quarterback, a lot of exciting stuff happening for this Lynx team. Yeah, there's certainly some uncertainty, but if you base it on the preseason rankings, a lot of people feel that there's some good things going to be happening. And you know, we've got some very athletic players on the offensive side. We've got some skill player positions that we're feeling pretty comfortable with. The one unknown at this point in time is how does a brand new quarterback who's maybe seen a handful to, say, 20 plays on varsity level at quarterback, how do they come out? I'm expecting big things because I know the young man, he's a heck of an athlete. They're just going to do what he can, and the defense is going to try to hold down the opponents and make it a little easier on the offensive side, Kyle. Absolutely, and losing Jack Thuey, I mean, this Lynx program over the last, a really long time since when I was in elementary school, has this rich history of great quarterbacks. Jack Van Leeuwer, who ended up spending a little bit of time in the Philadelphia Phillies organization, played baseball for the Canaries. You had Adam Bauer, you had Austin Sumner, who just broke every single record and was a 4-year starter at SDSU. Chase Marceau spent some time at Augie. Alex Waltner, I can name them all if you really want me to. I just about did, but even had Tommy Skolton. Great quarterbacks. He's got some big shoes to fill. He does, and but you know what, though? I don't think they're going to ask him to come out and fill those shoes on night number one. They're going to see kind of what they get. Like I said, I would expect every quarterback to come out, start with a little bit of nerves, wait till he gets that first hit. That's going to go away, and they're going to be playing some pretty good football tonight. Yeah, 3 words for this Lynx offense to start the year. Run, run, run. They have got some talent. 2 returning offensive linemen from that vaunted O-line from last year that we all talked about, especially leading it with Navarro Shunky. But, hey, they got a couple of guys coming back this year, a couple of returning starters for that O-line, and a couple of huge, strong, young linemen that are going to take fill in those shoes. This is maybe not what it was last year, but it's still going to be their identity. You know, and like I said, you don't know when you've had a line that was as established as what they had last year. A lot of these guys that you see that are going to be new on the offensive line this year had to wait their turn. It doesn't mean that they weren't heck of a ball player, an excellent offensive lineman. They just had to wait their turn because the folks above them were upperclassmen. They had a little more size, and tonight I think you're going to see a little bit different blocking scheme. Instead of a smash mouth, we're just bigger than you, so we're going to push you around. I think you're going to see a lot better, maybe some, not necessarily better, but a lot more technique that would be emphasized, manipulating the defensive line to where they want to go versus just powering them to where you want to go. Now, like you said, we got 2 big ones coming back, Lucas Feldkamp and Hudson Parliament. Both of those players are going to be playing football at the next level. Mm-hmm. I know that Mr. Feldkamp is going to be playing football. He committed to Augustana, and Hudson Parliament has got offers from Nebraska, Iowa, Kansas State, and a whole bunch of other scholarships that he's going to get an opportunity to choose where he wants to go. That's a very good problem to have when you've got 2 experienced offensive linemen to kind of guide those other folks that haven't had the opportunity to play just yet. And you have a couple of newcomers in Bryce Bangasser, Isaac Mitzel, and Navarro's brother, Elijah Shunky, is going to get the start tonight at that offensive line. But, you know, the offensive line, they set the tone. They are the ones that they say the game is won in the trenches. It always is. But we got some splash players, too. It's not just all about that offensive line. 2 elite running backs for this Brandon Valley Lynx team. Of course, starting with Gus Scott. Spent a lot of time with the Lynx last year, running the football. The Lynx averaged over 150 yards a game on the ground, and I was just watching the warm-ups, and number 31 for Brandon Valley, Levi Veskerna, big guy, looks strong and looks tough. There could be a little thunder and lightning action going on, and you talked about the young quarterback in Briggs Knutson, first start, got some jitters. That running game is really going to help him settle down. And we might see Knutson move around a little bit in the pocket. Some design runs, maybe some rollouts, get him out of the pocket, get a little less claustrophobic with that line, and get some space to make a couple throws and maybe make a couple runs.
So let's not forget, they do have a little bit of a passing game. They've got a gentleman on the offensive line, Landon Delaney, who had over 40 catches last year for almost 900 yards. Over 21 yards a catch last year. You know what? All he's going to do is go to SDSU and play a little football. He was all-conference, all-state, the Argus Elite 45. He just needs somebody to get that ball to him. But you know what? I bet you if the offensive coaches are as good as that we think they are, they'll design some plays just to get the ball into his hands because he is a playmaker.
He definitely is. And, so the offense is, a little bit of an unknown right now just because, like we said, new quarterback, new offensive line pieces, but they do have some established splash players out there. Let's talk about this defense. Speaking of splashes, we were talking about it before the game, but this defense, if you thought it was good last year, holy cow. One of the best secondaries, maybe the best secondary in all of top-level football here in South Dakota. Every single member of that secondary is back. They are hungry, and they are probably angry, and they are ready to play some smash-mouth football.
They are. They really only gave up about or under 80 yards a game in the air. They've got some guys back in the secondary that are definitely some ball hawks. Rylan Carroll, who not only had 28 tackles, but he had 5 interceptions and led the team. But you got Chase Leary back there, and he had almost 50 tackles and 4 interceptions. And then when that's not worried, when you're not worried about that, you've got an excellent linebacker by the name of Gunnar Swift, who led the team in tackles and sacks. But you've got Hudson Parliament. He's kind of playing two ways tonight. With the temperature, hopefully they'll get him some rest because they definitely need him on the offensive side of the ball. But he plays on the defensive line, and he had not only over 20 tackles, but he had 5 tackles for loss, which means he's getting pressure on the backfield, and that's what you need to do. You need to make the other team's quarterback pretty weary and a little nervous, get him a little happy feet, and so that he can't just sit back there and chuck the ball around.
Yeah, Lynx gave up 16 points a game last year, 16.5 points per game, and that includes a game against that scary Lincoln Patriots team that ended up winning the state championship last year. One of the better teams I've seen in quite some time. Gave up a 55-burger to them. They did clamp it down and only gave up 28, cut that in half when they played Lincoln last time. This is a whole new year, of course, a whole new season. But just like every season since I can remember, once again, like when I was back in elementary school, Lincoln seemed to always, have to get a feel early in the season. Get a couple of things figured out. I'll just say it. They sometimes start a little slow, and it's not just the football team. It's sometimes the basketball teams too. But boy, when they got rolling last year, finishing with a 7-4 record, but starting out the season 0-2, go 7-2 the rest of the way, give Lincoln a scare. I think a lot of those people that were underclassmen, some of those players that were a little bit younger last year, they're saying, hey, Lincoln graduated some players. Why not us? Why not now? They're ranked number 3 right now, but this is going to be a 3 or 4 horse race all the way to the top.
Yep, I totally agree, Kyle. Looks like they're on the field. They're going through the starting lineups, but we will kind of go through them throughout the game, but we'll just do a real quick rundown. Our offensive line, we've got Lucas Feldkamp, we've got Elijah Shunke, we've got Isaac Mitzel, we've got Hudson Parliament, and we've got Bryce Bangasser. In the receiver positions, we've got Wyatt Melcher, we've got Landon Delaney. At tight end, we've got Colton Welch. In the backfield, we've got fullback number 44, Madden Timmer. We've got Gus Scott is getting the start tonight, number 3. And then at quarterback, we've got Briggs Knutson. So, again, just a good sounding team. We're ready to go out and play some football. It's going to be a warm night out there because it's warm even where we're at. And we're not carrying pads and a helmet and exerting ourselves Athletically so. Well, I might. You are. But
Yeah, I'm
you're
sweating it
welcome.
out up here. This is a sweat job for sure. There's no doubt about that. It's been a couple years for me being up there. It's an honor to be back doing Lynx TV. Ken will be back, of course, for hopefully the next I think we only got 3 home games right now for the regular season, but hey, we're expecting to have a couple of more when it's all said and done. But I'm kickoff just minutes away here. Starting lineups have been announced. Lynx went with their offensive starters to begin this season. It looks like we have the national anthem coming up, which means kickoff is coming soon on Lynx TV, and we're glad to have you. National anthem now. So the Lynx and the Warriors just about to kick off once again for the 24th annual Pigskin Classic. Captain's about to join us at the 50-yard line. Captains Gus Scott, Landon Delaney, Gunnar Swift, Drake Jellema, Madden Timmer, and Lucas Feldkamp. And, of course, before we kick off today's game, we would not be able to broadcast these games if it was not for our great sponsors. The reason that we are here right now, and for all of you watching on TV and the stream, is because of these sponsors. We appreciate them very much. Bob, why don't you take it away with our great sponsors this year?
All right, we've got Lynx All-American sponsors are Alliance Communications, Aspen Ridge, Coca-Cola Bottling, Chesterman Company, Midco Communications, Sanford Health, and Sioux Valley Energy. Our Lynx MVP sponsors are First Dakota National Bank, Rogers Plumbing and Heating, Sanford Health in Brandon, and Sanford Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. And our champion sponsors are Alliance Communications, American Family Insurance Josh Koob Agency, Brandon Ace Hardware, Brandon Lumber Company, Heartland Funeral Home, Horizon Pet Care, Quick Star, Sioux Valley Specialty Hospital, Sunshine Food Stores, and Today's Family Dentistry. Fans, all we do is we encourage you to go out, talk to these sponsors that we just read you, support them and tell them how much you appreciate what they're doing to make sure that this broadcast is coming to you absolutely free and live.
Yep, plenty of small businesses in there too. Love small businesses, support small businesses. All of our sponsors, thank you very much. So let's talk about our keys to the game. I know we really touched on it a little bit already about what the Lynx got to do to win this one. A lot of running the football, smash mouth defense, shut down the passing game for Washington with their returning quarterback Hoffman. You got any more keys that you're thinking of?
Well, I think it's important that we get pressure on the quarterback. We don't want him to sit back there. He's an experienced quarterback for them, have played on varsity level for a bit. So we need to get some pressure on him using our defensive line and our linebackers. We need to kind of utilize our run game to set up our passing game. It's going to make it a lot easier for Mr. Briggs to throw out a pass if they're worried about crashing the linebackers in to stop the run. It's going to open up the outside just a little bit. So utilizing the short passing game and the screens to slow down the defensive pressure of Washington.
So the Warriors have won the toss, and a little bit rare nowadays, they have chosen to receive. They're going to try to set the tone early against this tough Brandon Valley Lynx defense. And like we said, the Warriors' Tommy Hoffman, the starting quarterback, back for another season. Warriors 2-7 last year. Talking to some of the coaches for Brandon Valley and some people around the athletic department, they don't think that the Warriors are going to be 2-7 this year. They think that they're going to be a tough opponent.
Yeah, you don't get ranked preseason number 5 if they think you're going to be a 2-7 ball club.
So Gus Scott back to receive this kick.
Well, Gus might be kicking. I'm just guessing.
Oh, excuse me. You are correct. Number 2, Quentin Hall and Davion Bonwell
Whitty, yep. He played right here at Brandon last year on this football
right.
team.
And he's going to get the return here up the middle, and he is going to be stopped right around the 20-yard line. Might be spotting it at the 21. We'll see.
Looks like Will Bunker's on the tackle, brought him down. I liked how the special teams came out. You could say, well, Bob, it's just the first play of the game. But you know what? They did not give up a big play. They stayed in their lanes. They kept them contained to the middle of the field and just made a good open field tackle.
So here comes Hoffman and the starting offense. In the backfield, number 22, Ralph Williams. A couple of high fives going on between the wide receivers at the bottom of your screen. 1st down and 10 for the Warriors. And they're going to hand it off on the first play of the game. Run to the left side and stopped at the 27-yard line is Ralph Williams. Nice gain on 1st down.
Yeah, it looks like we've got Dylan Williams on the tackle there. Kept him from going outside. Looks like about a 4-yard gain.
So we'll see what the Warriors try to do here offensively. Teams were able to run on this Lynx defense a bit last year.
Yeah, they were giving up about 155 yards a game on the ground. So hopefully this year they can make some adjustments and shore that up a little bit.
2nd down now. 2 wide receivers, now a motion man. And that's Bonwell Whitty. They're going to run it again. A little bit of space, but not much. Stopped right near the line of scrimmage.
Tackle by number 29, Drake Jellema. Good stop. Only looks like about a yard a gain. Looks like it's bring up 3rd and 5.
And you're going to be hearing Jellema's name a lot, I think. He's one of the captains. One of the best Lynx out there. Good kid.
They rely on their defense relies a lot. The secondary gets all the credit, but all the pressure and the stopping the run game is on the linebackers. So you've got Swift and Jellema that should have big years this year.
3 wide receivers set. Williams all the way at the bottom of the screen. And now 2 wide receivers move to the right. Here's Hoffman rolling to the right side. Now he's going to go deep down the right side into double coverage, and the pass is incomplete. Nice defense by the Brandon Valley Lynx. Owen Warren, the intended receiver. It's 4th down, 3 and out.
They had that well sniffed out. In fact, he was double covered. Now, the quarterback did a nice job of throwing it where the defense is not going to get to it, and if the a receiver can go over and get it, that's fine, but it threw it a little bit wide. So nice first series for the Lynx defense. It looks like back deep is number 17, Nolan Pudwell, was going to be returning the punts here.
Yep, also a starting corner. Just a junior this year. Back to punt. Owen Warren for the Warriors. A wobbly kick that's going to bounce right at midfield. Everybody get away. It's going to take a nice Washington Warrior bounce, and it's going to roll and roll to the 34-yard line. So didn't look like the best punt to start out with, but hey, that football is that shape for a reason.
There is, and it's tough to get it, and the way his kicking style goes, they plan to play that and play that roll. And if they don't catch it in the air, which typically you're with the way they're the distance that they're back from the line of scrimmage, it's going to be tough to do that. So they played that very well.
Welcome to varsity football, Briggs Knutson, who is out of the shotgun here with Gus Scott to his right. Delaney in motion right to left, handoff right up the middle. They're going to be doing a lot of that. And it's a good run. And he's dragging defenders all the way to first down yardage near the 45-yard line. They are moving the sticks. One play, one first down.
You know, you got to like it. Run between the tackles, and if you can get 10 yards, that's a good. Anything above 5 is fantastic for running between the tackles. So great play, good offensive line push there. Just kind of pushed the defensive line back for 10 yards.
Lynx, one of the more balanced teams in AAA last year. 155 yards or so on the ground. They're going to throw here, and the pass to the left side is caught, and breaking a couple of tackles and getting a first down. Guess who? It's Delaney for a first down.
You know, you're going to hear us a lot this year talk about the term YAC, yards after catch. Mr. Delaney, there's a reason he's going to Division I footballs, because he doesn't get brought down just on the first contact by the defense. He kind of breaks that and gets extra yards after catch.
And they're going to be just shy. They're going to spot him just short, so it's going to be second down and 1. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Knutson all alone in the shotgun, and we're going to have whistles, and looks like the guilty party will be Brandon Valley on a false start.
Yeah, I like to blame that on the center. He didn't snap it when the quarterback wanted him to, even though it might not have been the call. They're gonna call it on the offensive line, but I like to say it's the center. He never gets his name mentioned.
Well, he will right here. Isaac Mitzel, first start at center.
Sorry, Isaac, I just threw you under the bus.
No.
Sorry, Mom, Mitzel.
Didn't quite hear who the referee say who it was exactly on. Timmer in motion. Scott in the backfield. It's a quarterback run for Knutson, who runs into the Washington defense. A nice defensive play for the Warriors by number 20, Nate Day.
He's going to want to avoid taking too many of those hits. I like the thought. Now you got to think about the quarterback just flat out running, because he's a good athlete. But you're not going to want to take those one-on-one hits too many times throughout the course of a game. But the cobwebs are out, I guarantee it.
So the Lynx are in an interesting situation here. Loss of 3, so it's 3rd and 4. Let's see what they dial up here near midfield. And we'll find out after this if it's 4-down territory. We got another flag. False start, BV.
Looks like it was on Colton Welch. Looks like he might have jump started. Now, that might change the play a little bit. We'll see what the coach has got dialed up for a 3rd and 9.
Maddox Mueller checks in as Timmons comes out. Timmer, the very good blocker, but Lynx will try to get this one through the air on 3rd down. Delaney, the motion man. They will throw it out to Delaney, but he is met immediately when he catches it. Possibly more loss of yards. An excellent defensive play by Quentin Hall, and the Lynx drive stalls.
Well, they kind of sniff that out, and if I'm the other coach, it's like, okay, until you prove me different, I'm having 2 guys go wherever Landon Delaney is going on an obvious passing situation, and we'll make somebody else beat us. So we'll see what the defense can do for us, and see if we can get a nice stop on this punt. It's like Miles Hunt back there to punt.
Mm-hmm. Quentin Hall back to receive. Just made that great defensive play. And now he's going to get his paws on this one. Fair catch is made right near the 18-yard line. So take two here coming for Washington, who went 3 and out on the first drive. Boy, the Lynx defense looked as good as advertised on drive number 1.
They absolutely did. Now we just got to see if we can support our offense here a little bit and get another stop here. But you like it when you can punt and you can pin the other team back inside the 20. It just makes them go that much further and that much more difficult to get some scores.
Spotted at the 19-yard line. First and 10 for the Warriors. Second drive of the game. And they're going to run it right up the middle. Ralph Williams. Nice gain on first down. Gain of 5.
Looks like Drake Jellema on the tackle. Again, he's going to have a busy night, and that's at least 2, if not 3 tackles already. They got a 4-yard drill. That's not a bad gain on first down.
Yeah, it's always nice when you're dealing with 2nd and 5s. You know, you're getting backed up just like the Lynx did with those couple of those penalties, you know. Makes for those 3rd and longs, 3rd and 9s. Dealing with a 2nd and 6 ain't too bad. Hoffman, he's going to throw it to the right side, and the pass is caught. And a nice stop near the left sideline, but first down yardage. Melcher on the tackle.
Yeah, the pass was completed to number 18, Jace Woods.
So go ahead, Bob.
I was just going to say it's just enough for a first down, and time to reset the defense and see what we can do, get some pressure on the quarterback.
Well, it's good that you said that, because I was going to say that is the first down of the game for the Warriors. Owen Warren and Bonwell Whitty on the outside, but they are going to keep it on the ground here. Not much on that play, maybe a yard. Nice defensive pursuit.
Hudson Parliament on the tackle, I believe. Got a nice, he just went right down, stood up as a blocker and just followed him right down the line to the opening and made a nice, sure tackle. Gain of 1 on the play brings up 2nd down and 9.
Sam Ewing coming in for the Warriors. See what they dial up here on 2nd down and 9.
Right now, I think they're running some motion to see what the defense is doing and how they're rotating so that they can dial up some plays later in the game.
They throw it to the left side here, and the pass is caught, and it's going to be shy of first down yardage. Making the catch is number 18, Jace Woods. It's going to bring up a 3rd and short.
Yeah. Looks like we got about a 3rd and 4. That was a good play. The linebackers kind of held their positions and went over and made the tackle in open field. So they got a little bit of a deal here. The run plays, they got options, both the run and pass here. So it's going to be a little more difficult to dial up some defense here when you got both options available.
And we've got a stoppage of play here. Referee pointing at someone.
I'm guessing somebody probably has some blood there.
Yes.
Looks like on maybe the leg there. They'll wipe it off. Nothing too big. As they say in the old days, rub some dirt on it. Let's play football.
Parker Coughlin is the one who's checked out of the game. Lynx showing blitz. Here they come. Hoffman rolling to the right side. Down he goes! He was sacked by number 27, Evan Gray. 4th down.
What boy, he transferred him all the way from the far side, jumped the line, and then just ran him down. He was just too fast for him on that particular play. What a good defensive stop there. Looks like about a loss of about 6 on the play, so great defensive play by Mr. Gray.
Yeah, just when you thought maybe the Warriors had figured something out, they got that first down really convincingly, really quickly, but once again, that Lynx defense, like they did last year, tightening the screws.
So it looks like back to punt. We got number 5.
Much better punt this time. Fair catch for Pudwell, and he makes the catch right near the 20-yard line, and that's where Brandon Valley's second drive will start. It was a little bit of a mixed bag. Got off to a good start. A couple of penalties, though. Those penalties will kill you, especially those false starts.
Yeah, because you got no way to gain any ground there. You're automatically just going backwards, and it's tough to overcome those. It's tough to overcome one, let alone when you have two, if not three on one drive. So let's see what they got this go-around.
3:31 to go here in the first quarter. I formation here. First time we've seen that all day. Knutson under center for the first time all day. And they're going to hand it off. And stopped after a couple of yards is the backup running back, number 31, Veskerna.
Yeah, looks like a gain of about 3 yards. It didn't look like he had much. He just the feet kept on running, and the offensive line just kept pushing it back a little bit. So what could have been stopped at the line of scrimmage, they managed to get some positive yards there.
And Veskerna, saw him before the game. Man, he looked like a bruiser, and he sure was on that play. He's back in there again. And actually, I believe Gus Scott. Nope, it's Veskerna once again. He's still in the game. He's going to run it to the left side, still dragging defenders.
Ooh, the far judge is indicating that he might have got enough for a first down. We'll see where the main judge in the middle actually marks the ball. But they're moving him forward. First down.
Sir.
If you can do all that, you can keep doing that all night. A couple of runs, get a first down, a couple of runs. That's going to make it tough on the defensive line, the defensive secondary, when they got to run against that all night long. And then all of a sudden you do a play action, and you got somebody open over the middle.
Yep, they are just waiting here. Delaney at the bottom of the screen. Gus Scott back into the game. They're going to fake it here. Knutson rolls to the right side. Now he's going to try to take off and run. Heads towards the 35, takes the hit, sacrifices, and gets a nice gain right near the 40-yard line, and they are moving him again. Much better run from Knutson this time.
They had to pick their poison. They had a guy that was in the middle. He either has to go for the quarterback or he has to fade back and try to guard Landon Delaney, who was taking him deep, and he paused just for a second, which allowed him to get those extra yards for a first down.
So a completely new look for this Lynx offense prior to the first drive. First drive, everything was out of the gun. Now Knutson goes back there with Scott to his side. Timmer also in there, good blocker. They will throw it, though, and the pass is caught by Delaney. Heads to the left side, and he's going to be just shy of first down yardage, just shy of the 50. And this Lynx offense looks like it's churning a bit as time winds here in the first quarter.
So it looked like the tackle was made by number 10, Dante Smith. But that was a good first down gain. Looks like they got about, 6 or 7. And now they got an opportunity to, do you try a play action to go for something because you still got the third down if you don't make it? Or do you just say, you know what, let's just jam it down your throat and we'll call it good?
Well, they're going I formation here. Two wide receivers set is run up the middle.
That was a very fortuitous bounce right back to the
that's close.
Right back to Madden Timmer, who kind of, I don't know if the exchange was just a little off or he got there a little too fast, but it bounced, and it bounced exactly just like you plan it.
Yep.
And then he got enough for a first down. What a good recovery there. That could have been a kind of a turnover that would have gave the other team some momentum.
Yeah, and I'm sure Coach C is saying, "Yep, just how we drew it up, boys. The old dribble run."
Okay, great play. Don't do it again.
Yeah. Wyatt Melcher at the bottom of your screen. Knutson. They're going to run it with Scott. Got some running room up the middle. And a nice run for Scott. Gain of about 7 yards, maybe 6. And this Lynx offense is churning. But we're going to switch sides here. And that is the end of our first quarter. So, boy, a fast-moving first quarter. A lot of running the football. Both teams have had the ball twice. Washington's punted twice. Lynx punted. And now they're driving down the field. Good-looking first quarter for the defense and the run game.
So now here's the interesting part. All the way through this first quarter, Brandon has had to look into the sun. Now they get the sun at their back a little bit here. We'll see if they can take advantage of that. And when the first quarter's over, but they're all trying to get hydrated. They're trying to get some liquid into their body and get a little bit of rest there. We can go out and see if we can put some points on the board in the second quarter.
Our 24th annual Pigskin Classic. First quarter coming to an end. Lots of fun activities going on around this city all day. Talked to somebody at Anytime Fitness this morning. He said he was on his way at like 5 o'clock this morning to drive to the school to drop off a blanket where he would get a spot, hoping that he would get his spot. He got here at like 5:15, and there were at least, he said, 100 people already in line. So this is a really tight-knit community. You know, it's a small town that plays in the biggest, in the biggest conference in the entire state. But boy, they love their football here. They love their Lynx.
And they just support them. If you could see this all, we've got an excellent crowd from Washington, but on this side, you'll be hard pressed to find a seat anywhere on the Brandon side. And
we appreciate you also watching on Lynx TV. If you couldn't get a ticket, London Delaney gets it again. He slips, gets back up, knee didn't touch, and that was probably a mistake. He loses a couple of yards after the slip. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 5. And what do you think, Bob? What do you think the Lynx are going to dial up here?
Well, I like the fact that they're not doing any high risk passing. Just throwing it out to the sides, making sure that there's nobody out there. But at some point in time, you're going to have to extend it down the field to make sure that the secondary folks are not within 5 yards of the deal. So 5 yards to the line of scrimmage. So don't be surprised if they go down the field here a little bit.
Wyatt Melcher at the top of your screen. Delaney in the slot on the left side. They're going to try and catch him napping and run with Scott. He is going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. Great defensive pursuit by the Warriors, and right near midfield it's going to be 4th and 5, and the question is, what do the Lynx do?
Well, that is a good question. We'll see how confident the coach is that they can get 4 yards here, or 5 yards.
And they are going to go.
They got some confidence in their defense, that is for certain. They're giving their offense a chance to extend this drive.
First big play of the season right here, folks. Knutson from the gun. They fake it. Pass to the right side is incomplete off the hands of Delaney, and the Warrior defense holds true, and they get the stop, and they're going to have good field position.
They certainly are. That ball was thrown on a missile. That would have been a tough catch for anybody. And so time for the defense to step up once again here and help out the offense here. I think we're going to see good things here.
Me as well. It's been all good things for this Lynx defense so far.
How about we call the turnover here? We could use a turnover right to start the second half, or the second quarter rather, and to get the ball back.
Hey, it's only fair. We turned it over to them. Now they got to turn it over to us. We'll see. Hoffman barking out signals here. And they're going to fake it, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper for Hoffman. And he is going to head right towards those sticks and get a first down, and they are in enemy territory.
Well, I think they might have marked them a yard short.
Oh, yeah, they did.
The sideline was moving, but the sticks guys were staying put.
Yeah, sure looked like from here that he reached out, but hey, we'll take it. And now we wonder if the Warriors are going to be the one that's going to take a deep shot.
Well, they very well might, but it's kind of funny. They capitalized, or they utilized the aggressiveness of the defense to get the play action going all the way towards us and went the opposite direction. That was a good play design.
Bunch formation on the right-hand side, 2nd down and 1. And they're going to pitch it to the right side, and looks like they're going to have enough for the first down.
Looks like they gained about 2 yards, but they only needed 1, so that was a good play call for them. And the defensive line did their job. They kind of stopped them for a short gain, but
Evan Gray and Hudson Parliament in on the tackle. Nice bruising run so far for Ralph Williams. He's been tough.
He's had a lot of tough yards to get, and he's been doing well. So
once again, Lynx really Looking to try and tighten things up here. First time Washington's had good-looking field position. They throw it out wide. Pass is caught. Now the ball is out. And what are they going to say? They're going to say this is an incomplete pass. Nice defensive play. Owen Warren had it, dropped it.
Yeah, he was kind of juggling as he was running to the sidelines versus slowing down to make sure that he secured the catch, which is okay. We'll take that.
And you got one of those Lynx secondary players right in your face. Look out. He was hearing some footsteps, I think.
Because you know you're going to get hit. They do like to send messages.
2nd and 10. 3 wide receivers this time. They've been working out of the gun all day. Hoffman's going to throw. Now he's going to let it go deep down the right sideline, and this one is out of bounds. Incomplete. Intended for Jace Woods. Good coverage by the Lynx.
You know, they had him there, but the ball had a little too much air underneath, and it gave the secondary a chance to get back there, and that was just good defense back there. They made him make the perfect pass, and that didn't happen. A little too much air.
Rylan Carroll on the coverage for BV with a little bit of safety help by Leary over the top, but yeah, they beat him.
I tell you what, though, they had some huge pressure right up the gut from the linebacking crew that time, and he had to get rid of the ball a little sooner than he probably wanted to.
3rd and 10. Hoffman throws it over the middle, and the pass is caught for a first down by Jace Woods. A big-time throw by Hoffman, and they move the sticks on 3rd and long.
They gained 15 on that play, and he was wide open in the middle of the zone there. That was a good throw. They kind of must have watched some tape from last year and kind of know where the gap was in that secondary and knew just exactly how far to go to get there.
Yeah, it's been a lot of Owen Warren and Jace Woods intended targets so far. Hoffman started last year for the Warriors, got a lot of experience, something that Knutson does not for BV. And it looks like he's adjusting to this Lynx defense so far. It's a handoff up the middle, and a pack of Lynx is there to make the stop.
Parker Coughlin just nailed him right at the line of scrimmage. In fact, he might have lost a couple. Looks like he lost 2 yards there. He was in the backfield almost about the same time as the handoff.
First touch for Jack Kucera for the Warriors. Hey, welcome to the game, kid.
So now it's time for the defense to make their luck here. See if we can put them in a bad position here and get a turnover.
Wind blowing in the Warriors' face right now as well. Does not bode well. 3 wide receivers to the left side. He's looking to the right side. Now Hoffman's going to try to take off, but he's going nowhere. Nice defensive pursuit by number 56, Parker Coughlin.
That's a couple of good tackles. Looks like he was no gain on the play. Looks like they've got 3rd and 12. Come on, secondary. This is where you need to make your play. Stay on your people. Make them throw to the outside.
Been a big couple of plays for Coughlin. He's had a good start to this one. As we're just about 16 minutes into this game, and another big 3rd down here. Warriors converted on 3rd and 10 already on this drive. Can they do it here on 3rd and 12? Very deep drop. They're going to try to set up a wide receiver screen, and they do. But is it going to be enough for the first down? No. He was stopped, pushed out of bounds on the far side of the field. It was Ralph Williams on the screen. It's going to be 4th down, but they're staying on the field.
Well, it might be a little too far out for a field goal. And if you're punished, it's going to go in the end zone. You're not going to gain much. You might as well go for it. You'd only gain 6 yards by punting here.
Yeah, it would be a 43-yard field goal from here. And with the wind blowing straight into Washington right now, they're going to try to go for it here. Here we go, 4th and 6. Hoffman from the gun, Williams to his right. He will throw. Pass is caught near the sticks.
Ooh.
Did he get there is the question. It looks like he's short. It looks like the Lynx got the stop.
He had the first down, and he went to take a step back on his own accord to avoid the tackle, which took him out of first down range.
Davion Bonwell-Whitty trying to be just a little too cute. and it costs the Warriors, and the Lynx have the ball looking to get something started on offense. Boy, a defensive slugfest so far.
It has been. The offense is, you can say, well, boy, the offense is struggling. I would beg to differ to say that, it's the defense who's making the offense look the way they do.
I would agree with that. And I love this type of football, this hard running, pushing, shoving, bruising. Already had a kid bleeding. Here's Scott, cuts up the middle. This is a good-looking run for Scott, and he is finally caught by Quinton Hall, but a great run for Scott. Best one of the day so far.
Just running right up the gut between the tackles. That just tells you your offensive line is getting those defenders where they want them to, and the running back is getting through the hole that's given to him and then making them miss and dragging for extra yards.
They're going to go I formation here. Timmer back in the game. And they're going very tight. They're going to try to bruise this thing, I think. They give it to Scott, but he is stopped right near the line of scrimmage, may have even lost a couple of yards. Once again, it was Quinton Hall.
And Lane Knutson was also there on the tackle. So, yeah, they got Scott is not one of those guys that's going to juke you out of your shoes. He might run you over like a bulldozer. But, we got looks like no gain on the play, 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, 2 bruisers for the Lynx with Scott and Veskerna. Stretch play didn't work there. I'll tell you what, though, this Warrior defense came to play.
Everybody's within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage.
That's Mueller on the outside. They're going to run it again. Scott pushing. He's not going to get too far, though. He's going to be stopped at the 39-yard line. Maybe 3 on the play. And we'll see what they dial up here on a 3rd and mid.
Yeah, you just don't want to put your quarterback in a spot where you're making him throw something or run a play that he's not real familiar with or have a lot of confidence in. So let's see what they got in 3rd and about 6 or 7.
Yeah, Welcher just checked into the game. Colton Welch back into the game as well for Brandon Valley. 3 wide receivers here. Knutson looking. He wants to go deep. Uh-oh. It's up in the air, and this one is intercepted as he was hit as he threw it. Ball popped right into the air, and it was picked off by Eli Trugy. And once again, the Warriors have the ball in good field position after a big turnover.
Yeah, they hit his arm from the outside. The near side end came through and tipped his arm, and it just went up like a flailing duck. And so now defense, here we go. You need to help you out your offense here and get a good stop here before we head into halftime.
Yeah, Bob and I talked you up a lot, so this is a big, big moment here.
Don't be surprised if Washington tries to take a shot down the field to kind of capitalize on the adrenaline that they've got from the turnover.
First down. Here's Hoffman. He does look like he wants to go deep. He does. And the pass is, this one's intercepted! Are you kidding me?
Did you watch that play, Kyle? The receiver was right there, and he reached around him.
Oh, wait a minute. Now they're talking about it. Sorry to interrupt you, Bob.
No, that's okay.
They're saying it's an incomplete pass now.
Well, he must not have had control of it when he went to the ground.
Yep. So that one hits the turf.
But, boy, did he reach around him and take that ball right out of the receiver's hands before the receiver can get his hands up there. That was an excellent defensive play.
My goodness. I believe that was Carroll on the coverage. Well, either way, it's a big play. It'll be 2nd down. They still got it listed as 1st down right now for some reason. There we go. Now they switched it. Just wanted to make sure I wasn't any more crazy than I know I already am.
They could hear you, Kyle.
Hoffman.
They're listening to the game, too.
Rolling to the right side. In some trouble. Now he's going to dart up the middle. He's going to be stopped after a gain of about 6 yards. A couple of Lynx there on the pursuit, including Gunnar Swift.
I think he ran about 35 yards to get that 3 yards, but at least it's a positive play. Brings up 3rd down and 7 for Washington.
Him and Stroh were both in there on the stop. And
that's probably a good timeout to give the defense a little bit of breather. right before half. We've got about a little over 4 minutes to go, but that took a lot of energy out of that play, and it's hot out there. So it's probably a good play by Coach Christensen to call timeout here and give his defense a breather.
Yeah, and I hate to say it, but I believe it was Washington that actually took the timeout.
Really? Wow. I like it. Coach Christensen, if that's the case.
Yeah. Yes, please.
Thank you.
And
do it again.
Yeah, biggest part, it stops the clock. And I know maybe we don't have to be clock watching just yet, but we're weighing down here in the first half. There's 4 minutes to go, and both of these teams have really been grinding out these drives, even though neither have put points on the board. So, you'll take a stoppage of play anytime you'll get it here, especially with the game as close as it is.
Yeah, that's and probably on the Washington side, they're saying, okay, maybe they saw the play getting that they're going to call for this particular one and wanted to talk it over just a little bit to see if they might want to adjust that just a little bit.
So here we go. Big third down coming up here for the Warriors.
Got 4 receivers set.
Make it 5 with Williams out there. They will throw, and the pass is incomplete, intended for number 18, Jace Woods. It will be 4th down, and once again, I'm thinking they're going to go for it.
Yeah, like I said, if you got a punter that can punt at all, it's very possible he would punt it into the end zone. So you might as well go for it at this point in time. Brandon hasn't proved, at least at this point in time, that they can move the ball. So,
yeah, and now they've decided they're going to punt. I believe they're going to punt. It would be a 54-yard field goal from here. As much confidence as I'm sure they have in their kicker.
Looks like Pudwell is dropped back. How about a punt return for a touchdown? We haven't had one all season, Kyle.
Yeah. Oh. That's the truth cannot be controversial, Bob.
No. And I'm thinking,
with the flag,
did they get a delay game maybe?
Yeah, and maybe they did it on purpose, give them an extra 5 yards, give them a little more cushion, because we want the punt return touchdown. What the Warriors want, they want to pin them deep with 4 minutes to go here in the half, hoping that the offensive sputters once more, they get the stop, and they can have another short field.
That's exactly right, Kyle. Exactly right. So we got Mr. Pudwell back deep here. Very good punt return. But they took the penalty, but they declined the penalty, so they didn't get the extra 5 yards. So
Washington playing checkers, Mr. C playing chess. I should say Coach C. He was my teacher, but he is a coach. See if the Warriors can pin them deep here. And everybody needs to get away. And he makes the fair catch. Boy, dangerous. But Pudwell might as well be a pro. Made 2 nice fair catch punt returns on a couple of tough ones to handle. Boy, you got those, you hear those footsteps of those Warrior players barreling down on you. I couldn't do it.
Now, I'm surprised that he didn't maybe move forward on that attempted recovery and run into that player. But neither here nor there. Looks like we got the ball at the 15-yard line. Let's see if we can do something with the last 4 minutes and 6 seconds of the first half.
I formation. Gus Scott in the backfield. Delaney in motion. They fake it. Knutson's going to roll out here, and they give it to Timmer. And, boy, this Washington defense is no joke. They are swarming the Lynx on these short passes so far.
So, they got 4 yards on that. That's just about as good as a run there. It's a very safe pass. They're not taking any risks down the field, at least at this early stage of the season. So the defense is crowding the line. When you got 11 guys up there and you've only got 6 guys to block, it's as long as you're sure-handed. That's a good deal. They got to make them loosen up on the back end a little bit, because right now they're not. They're not worried about them passing down the field at all.
Both Timmer and Scott in the backfield here. You're also trying to get Knutson a little more comfortable after that interception. They give it to Scott right side. He's got some running space, and he gets a first down right near the 26-yard line.
He broke a tackle right at the line of gain there and got those extra yards. So that was all about the running back, just hitting the hole hard and extra effort there. So good job, Mr. Scott.
And we haven't seen much yet of Veskernob. It's been all Scott most of the day. Back in there again with Timmer. Knudsen. They fake it, and they throw a nice catch made by Melcher. He reached out there, and maybe that's the throw that Knudsen needs to really get in his groove.
I tell you what, though, that was not an easy throw to make because you got to throw it where only your receiver can grab it. But, boy, if he breaks a tackle there, he's off to the races.
Mm-hmm.
He'd still be running, as they say.
Yeah, nice defensive play to stop him. But another first down for BV. Good-looking drive so far. So Knudsen had that interception. Can't really call it his fault. He got hit as he threw, but had that short pass, getting a little bit more confidence. Warriors trying to confuse the Lynx here. They fake it and get it to Delaney. It's a good idea. He is going to be swarmed and stopped by Eli Trugy. And we are going to have a whistle on the play. Timeout BV. First one of the half.
Yeah, it looks like it was about a gain of 6 yards. A nice play by Delaney, hoping to break a tackle. He kind of drug a few players for a couple of extra yards.
I think you're right, though, Bob. I think that they are really Knudsen was going deep on that interception before he got hit. I mean, he was winding up to throw one deep, but I think they're setting it up once more, running the football a little bit. Got that play-action boot to the fullback Timmer. Play-action quick pass to Melcher. They're setting something up big here, and they might have to with only 2 minutes to go in the half.
And what they're doing is they're getting the defense to, first of all, they're very safe plays that they're running. Short pass into the flat here, short pass into the flat on the outside. They're running between the tackles. If you notice, they don't do a lot of string out runs. It's pretty much run between the tackles kind of play calling. But they are going to do at some point in time, I would think, based on what they've done in previous years, is they're going to do a play action to get the secondary to just bite just a little bit. And you're going to see a play down the field to Landon Delaney, who's going to make a break and do a double move and get open down the field. It's just a matter of whether Mr. Knudsen can get him the ball. But they're going to do that. They're going to make that aggressiveness of Washington work against themselves.
Well, the Lynx haven't put up any points on the board. They have chewed up some yardage. Delaney's been busy, and Scott has been busy. Knudsen working from the gun. Two wide receivers to the outside. They fake it. They throw it once again to Timmer, and he's going to get a first down. And the big bruiser is across midfield, right near the 45-yard line. First down, BV. They're churning now.
They're trying to make the linebackers and the secondary guys be wary of the pass. That was just a great play by Mr. Timmer to not only make sure he looked the ball in, but turned around, looked for somebody to hit straight ahead of him, and make him pay for wanting to tackle.
Chains move, so the clock starts to wind. I'd love to see a pass over the middle here. Lynx haven't really gone over the middle all day. Knudsen's going to throw for it. Now he's going to go deep. He's got Delaney. It is caught into the end zone. Touchdown, Brandon Valley Lynx. Good call, partner. The Lynx take a 6-0 lead on a shot from Knudsen to Delaney. 6-0 Brandon Valley.
You know, they did the fake into the middle. Secondary pulled in, the linebackers pulled in, and all of a sudden you had Delaney over the top. He kind of made a stutter step move, and that guy just stopped just enough for Delaney to get behind him.
So the Lynx finally cash in. They finally go deep for the first time. And what an answer from Knudsen, the young quarterback, after the INT.
You know, just a great play. He didn't have to make anything fancy. Just throw it up there and let Knudsen go get it.
Extra point.
It
is no good. He missed it.
Looks like he pulled it a little bit to our left.
So the points might be at a premium here, and we'll see what that extra point means. But the important thing is, with $1:31 to go, the Warriors are going to get the ball back with 2 touchdowns. But, yeah, man, you are like Nostradamus, man. You were saying you wanted him to go deep. I said over the middle, so I was half right, but you were all the way there, man. You saw it coming from a mile away.
Well, it just looked like I said, from past years and kind of knowing what the offensive coordinator likes to do, they got to get the quarterback comfortable. And they kept running, they kept throwing the short pass, the defense kept on crowding the line, and all of a sudden he made a stutter step at the top. And Mr. Delaney's a track guy as well. And he made a stutter step, and that defensive defender kind of just stopped for a little bit, and he just blew right past him. But what a good pass. Wide open, made it very catchable. But he had to look back into the sun. So that wasn't an easy catch.
Delaney, been doing it for a long, long time here. SDSU commit, going D1. SDSU took it on the chin today at Oklahoma State. I don't think that's going to be happening once our good friend Landon Delaney's there, though.
Well,
he's a dangerous man.
He'll get an opportunity to catch a lot of footballs because he's got the track speed, he's got the physical size for the receivers that they like, and he's got very good hands. He's a basketball player, so you know he knows how to jump.
Gus Scott on the kickoff. On the return, it's the running back, Williams, and he's going to be stopped short of the 20-yard line, and this is an opportunity for this Lynx defense to really feast. That really good secondary we've been talking about all day. They're going to be able to pin their ears back here. You know Washington's going to be throwing the football.
Well, conventional wisdom would say they would, but I don't know that they want to risk throwing an interception down here and giving Brandon an opportunity to get another score before halftime. So there's two schools of thought here.
Mm-hmm. And you get the 2-for-1 because Brandon Valley gets the ball to start the second half.
That's exactly right. So they're not going to want to do that. So we shall see.
Man in motion, first down. Hoffman going to throw it to the left. Safe throw. Pass is caught near the 27-yard line, and Carroll making the stop on the catch, number 18. That's Jace Woods. He's had a busy first half for the Warriors.
He has one. He was the receiver that had that ball knocked out. But he was wide open, and they reached around and knocked that ball out.
3 wide receivers, clock winding, a minute to go. Hoffman going to step up. He's going to take off and run. Slips through one man, and he is finally taken down right near the 41-yard line.
He is a very, very shifty, makes defenders miss in the open field. You know, that's a good skill to quarterback to have.
Nice tackle by Britton Stroh. Still 2 timeouts for Washington. They have not used either yet on this drive. 3 wide receivers at the top of your screen. Here's Hoffman. He wants to go deep. He's in some trouble. He's claustrophobic. He's rolling to the right side. He gets away from everybody. Now he's going to throw deep down the right sideline. Wide open is Woods, and he is going to take it to the house. A backbreaker and a touchdown for the Warriors as he just got loose.
They did. They was unaccountable. They were all watching the backfield and thought they were going to get the quarterback tack back there. And there was 2 guys over here, actually, that were wide open. Either one of them could have caught it.
Mm-hmm. Owen Warren, and actually it looked like it was underthrown. I didn't think it was going to make it, and that would have been the only way the Lynx could have caught a break. But it's the Warriors that catch a break. That defensive pursuit was so strong for Brandon Valley, they thought they got the sack, apparently.
Yeah, that's now this extra point might be kind of big. We missed ours down at our end of the field.
Maybe the fireworks will go off again. High snap. He got it.
Good.
All right, well, I'm guessing the Lynx won't try to do too much here with 24 seconds, even though they got a couple of timeouts remaining. But I'm thinking they might just think about going into halftime, down 1, getting the ball, offense feeling themselves a little bit now. And they'll get ready for the second half, big second half coming up.
I'm sure that they're going to have a lot of conversations at halftime about coverage and that type of thing. They're going to talk about the positives, about how their last offensive drive turned out. Then they'll come out and see what that second half brings. But right now they're down by a point, an all-important point.
The Lynx have moved the ball pretty well offensively, had that interception, had the turnover on downs. Warriors have had the ball right near midfield or plus side of the field twice. Did not score. But they score on that with a minute to go. It's a wild game, this football, isn't it?
It is. And if you've got a quarterback that can throw the ball down the field, you got to cover them 100% of the time because these 2 guys that were down here, they were both wide open. There wasn't anybody within 10 yards or better.
Butterfield to kick off here. Pudwell back. This is going to be a squibber. And it's going to be returned by Williams. Hey, wait a minute now. This is a nice return for BV, Dylan Williams. And maybe the Lynx will try to. They got the wind at their backs here. They might give it a try.
Well, they got a couple of timeouts, and they got 20 seconds. like the ball's on about the 47-yard line.
You take a deep shot, you really got nothing to lose here.
At this point, nope, you don't.
If you throw it deep. Now, if you throw it short and it gets picked or something, or a fumble.
Or you get a ball tipped at the line of scrimmage, arm tipped. We shall see what the offensive coordinator wants to do here. Well, they're lining up just one wide receiver here.
Knutson out of the gun. They fake it. They throw it. Timmer making the catch.
Gets
right
out
near
of bounds.
Yep.
Only used 4 seconds. Got about 4 yards, 5 yards, looks like. 4 yards. They keep changing it. I keep changing it.
We got to get our story straight up here.
Or my glasses subscription fixed. But they were moving it, I think.
Yep, 4-yard gain on the play. Right at midfield. Defensive backs for the Warriors are way back near the 25-yard line here.
Yeah, they're not going to want an over-the-middle pass here.
Knutson. He will throw. Now he's going to try to take off and run. He's got a nice gainer to the 35, and with 9 seconds left, Lynx will use their timeout. And they might be nearing field goal range here if they can get maybe 5, 10, 15 more yards.
Yeah, I have not seen Mr. Scott kick field goals, so I don't know what the length is there, what his range is, but
we know he has strong legs.
We know he's got strong legs. They look like tree trunks, to be honest with you. Yeah, we've got the marching Lynx at halftime. We've got some other activities going on at the Pigskin Classic here, the 24th annual Pigskin Classic, and so it's going to be a good time. Make sure you stay tuned at the halftime for all the entertainment. But we've got another 9 seconds to go. At least probably a couple of plays here with the one timeout in the bag. If they get a gain up the field, do you try for the field goal or do you go for the end zone? We shall see what.
Yeah.
What a good play though for the quarterback's very athletic. They got to respect him. They got to keep an eye on him, and so he just broke that initial contain right up the middle and gained a lot of yards there.
Yeah, something ever since that interception, something has clicked with Knutson. He has looked very sharp on these 2 drives.
I think he just wants to prove that he belongs at quarterback for the Lynx here.
Delaney and Mueller at the bottom of your screen. They're going to try to run it again. Nope, they will throw, and it is incomplete. So 5 seconds left. Now are you in end zone territory, or do you try to get maybe a couple of more yards and try to get a timeout? You'd have to get a first down. You'd have to call the timeout immediately. 5 seconds, not a lot of time to run a play.
It is not, but if it is, it's going to have to be one of those quick-hitting passes that you can get the ball, get down, get yourself down before the clock runs out, so you can call timeout.
So they're at the 33-yard line here. Be a 50-yarder from here. The wind's at their backs, but we'll see what the old coaching staff has dialed up here. Second down, possibly the last play of the half. And we're going to have a timeout.
You're going to have a timeout, or you're going to have delay a game?
Oh, ouch. Delay of game. That hurts. Now I'm thinking it might be a shot to the end zone.
It's going to have to be way down the field, yeah. And that uses up clock, so. And their secondary is way back to about the 20-yard line, so they're 20 yards deep.
Well, let's see. Knutson, in some trouble. It's gonna get there. He throws. It's tipped up in the air, and I believe it may have been intercepted. Either way, they're gonna call it incomplete.
But the clocks are at 0.
Well, and that will end a very interesting first half at the 24th annual Pigskin Classic.
Well, it definitely shows that we've got a couple of top 5 teams are worthy of their preseason ranking for the first half, and I'll have to go in and see what the coaches dial up for this next half and see if the Lynx can come out with a victory here.
Yeah, the Lynx offense, moved the ball pretty well. They got backed up a few times to start a few drives, got a few first downs, and in that second quarter, though, it really felt like the Lynx offense was really starting to feel it. those 1 or 2 yard runs started to turn into 3, 4, 5. They had a couple of dink and dunk passes, and then all of a sudden, bang, just like you called it, they catch Delaney down the middle off that play action. Beautiful throw, great catch by 2 great players.
Yeah, there's just a lot to talk about at halftime. They all need to get a little bit of hydration in them, get a little bit of a rest in them, get them cooled down, and then see what we can come out with on the second half. They do get the ball right out of the gate and see if they can come back and they can answer right out of the gate in the second half.
We'll talk a little bit about the second half, what needs to happen for the Lynx to pull this one out. Warriors have a 7-6 lead as we head to the half. We're going to let you enjoy the Brandon Valley Marching Band. We'll be back to talk second half action from the 24th Pigskin Classic right here from Brandon Valley High School.
Intertwining moments of soaring euphoria and intense pain, the 180 members of the Marching Lynx explore the dynamic and often turbulent realm of addiction with their show. Coursing through my veins, this powerful and evocative show is a reflection of the intense highs, deep lows, and the fragile hope that guides individuals through their battles. Music selections include Chandelier by Sia, Toxicity by Systems of a Down, Hurt by 9 Inch Nails, and Toxic by Britney Spears. The band is under the direction of Tyler Nettestead and is assisted by Devin Melillo, Max Outland, Brady DeBelts, and Aubrey Lepetsky. Other staff members include Ike Kellogg, Mackenzie Anderson, Michael Hoffman, Macy Rippentrop, Abby Christensen, Liz Kloon, Caitlin Van Dyke, Mason Inslee, Carson Yonke, and Carson McKellop. Drum majors Bella Reef, Alex Avia Waisman, and Isaac Fody. Is your band ready? Brandon Valley Marching Lynx, you may now take the field in exhibition.
Welcome back to Brandon Lynx Field. At the half, we've got Brandon Valley 6 and Washington 7. They got a late touchdown on a long pass that was uncontested to take the lead. But before we get back into the second half, let's go ahead and cover our Lynx TV sponsors, who without these sponsors, folks, we would not be able to put on the game today like that you're seeing. So our Lynx All-American sponsors are Alliance Communications, Aspen Ridge, Coca-Cola Bottling Chesterman Company, Midco Communications, Sanford Health, and Sioux Valley Energy. Our Lynx MVP sponsors are First Dakota National Bank, Rogers Plumbing and Heating, Sanford Health in Brandon, Sanford Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. And our champion sponsors are Alliance Communications, American Family Insurance, Joss Koob Agency, Brandon Ace Hardware, Brandon Lumber Company, Heartland Funeral Home, Horizon Pet Care, Quick Star, Sioux Valley Specialty Hospital, Sunshine Food Stores, and Today's Family Dentistry. Thank you to all of our sponsors for donating to make these broadcasts possible. But please, folks, if you're watching these games and you enjoy it, get out and support some of our sponsors. They would greatly appreciate it, and they would show how much you appreciate them by sponsoring Lynx TV.
Yeah, we wouldn't want to single out any particular sponsor on that list. But now I'm going to single out a particular sponsor on that list. Pop by Quick Start today. Tell you what, good prices, and they make a mean cup of hazelnut. That's all I'm saying. They do it right over there.
Not that you're partial to that.
No,
just saying.
No, it just happens that they're a sponsor and they're good.
Yeah, all of our sponsors are fantastic.
They're great.
Just because they're a part of the Lynx TV family and bringing these games to you. It looks like we've got about 4.5 minutes before the start of the second half. We're going to bring back the second half. I think there will be a lot of changes. I think the coaches are just kind of, first half was kind of a feeling out process to see what's going to work, what's not going to work, what your players are going to be able to give to you, Kyle, and what maybe we need to not put back into the playbook. But, the defense played extremely well for all of about 20 seconds of that first half, where they let somebody get behind them and they got a score. They really outplayed the offense substantially during that first half, but they let one big play go. Now, on the same side, Washington defense kind of did the same thing. The Lynx moved the football, and they let one pass to Landon Delaney over the middle, get behind him for a touchdown. But they all importantly missed that extra point. So hopefully that does not come back to haunt the Lynx through the end of this game.
Yeah, we talk about the sponsors being part of this. They get to be a part of a great game. They get to be part of what's turning out to be an excellent slugfest, tough, grinding, and it's been exactly what I think of when I think of old school football, and I really like it. I just had a couple of keys here to the second half, starting with Washington, because we know we got some Warrior faithful out there watching our stream as well. Thanks to the Lynx fans for watching all around where they are, and also, hey, if you're here watching the Warriors, thanks for joining us. My name's Kyle Roki, and I'm here with Bob Arnold, and welcome to our broadcast. We hope you're comfortable and enjoying it. But for the Warriors, I really think they need to try and establish the run a little more. Williams got loose there a couple of times on the first couple of drives, and then they kind of went away from it. It felt like, and tried to spread it out to their wide receivers a little more. And of course, you got the fluke play, and it's tough with that. Do you call it a fluke play, or with the long touchdown, or do you say, hey, that's what good teams do? They find a way to get loose, they slither away from the defense, and they make a play. So who's to say? But defensively, they need to keep swarming those short passes. Their defensive pursuit has been excellent. And finally, they need to let Hoffman loose at quarterback. He threw that one deep pass, but that was a little bit underthrown, but he's throwing into the wind. I'm not sure which way they're going to be moving. Lynx are going to get the ball to start the second half, but he's going to have another opportunity with the wind at his back, and he's got a lot of playmakers on the outside. Does Hoffman, you have Davion Bonwell-Whitty, you had Jace Woods, who had the touchdown. He was really busy in that first half. So we'll see what Washington does offensively to counteract this really good Lynx defense. And then for the Lynx, I would really like to see, we saw the deep pass over the middle. I'd love to see a few maybe crossing routes, a couple of slants like we saw Melcher catch one. But just trying to establish something over the middle a little bit. You had those play-action boots where you're getting out in the flat, but Washington defense has been so good at pursuing that it's created some fits for the Lynx. And let Briggs Knutson be Briggs Knutson. You know, he ran the ball really well a couple of times on some designed runs. He got stuffed early in the game, but after that he got loose. Almost got the team into field goal range there. I think we're going to see him maybe run the football a little more, maybe even get a little read option going if he's comfortable with it. And then finally, keep pounding the rock. Keep pounding the rock, because this Warriors defense, we've seen Gus Scott get almost loose a couple times, get tripped up right at the end. That Warriors defensive line has bent, and I'm thinking that if we keep feeding Gus Scott, maybe even get Veskard on there, a big bruiser just like him, I think we're gonna get loose, and I think we're gonna hit the money.
One thing I'd like to add to that, and I would not disagree with any of that, Kyle, is that you got to tell your defensive secondary. I understand that we almost had Tommy Hoffman running around and almost tackled behind the line about 6 or 7 times, but you have to maintain your contact with the defensive guys in the secondary, because that's what cost us one over here. The defensive backs were kind of rushing up because they thought Tommy was going to get loose on the run, and they threw it and he was wide open. So anyway, that's about the only tweak I could see. I think we're in for an entertaining second half, and hopefully we can come back and get a victory here. Let's get something really good on this first series and get the points back in the Lynx' favor.
Yeah, and as you can tell by my clothing, my bias might be showing right now. But it really does feel like the Lynx, even though they're down by 1, it really feels like they had most of the control in that first half, that they feel like the better team right now, even though it's not showing on the scoreboard. And, we've seen it plenty of times. Teams, can't quite get it going. They had the turnover on downs on that really good-looking drive that stalled at midfield. Knutson wanted to go deep and he just gets hit. And that happens sometimes. And the ball pops up in the air, and, it just so happens that a Washington player was right there to pick it off. But, they've been able to run the ball pretty well. They've had some long fields, some good punts by Washington. But I really think that things are going to open up a little bit. I really feel like Briggs Knutson was really feeling it at the second half. I think he got into a really good rhythm. Now, are we going to have rest or rust? Is this second half, are they going to be able to ride that momentum after halftime? Or is it going to be, Washington made a few adjustments now, and what do you do? Because it's not just the Lynx that are going to be making adjustments. It's the Warriors as well. So now I got to play the devil's advocate, because, that's just kind of what I do as part of our announcing team. And if I'm Washington, I got to think, for all of about, other than about 30 seconds, we kind of got controlled in that first half. And when I look up as we're going into halftime, we got controlled like that, but we got a lead. Mm-hmm.
They got to be coming out with a little bit of confidence. But if we can put a good offensive drive together and get some points on the board, that's got to put a little doubt into the Washington players that we come out ahead and all of a sudden we just let it go.
Yeah.
So they're going to be wanting to get a stop on this first series, and the Lynx are going to want to get some points on the board. Field goal, touchdown, it doesn't matter. They just need to get some points on the board, run some time off of the clock, and put some doubt into the Warriors' eyes.
Yeah, and I think Washington's going to come out nice and loosey-goosey, and Brandon Valley might as well, but I really feel like the pressure is on the Lynx right now. They're going to get the ball to start the second half after a few really good drives, the touchdown, and then with just a little bit of time left on the clock, it got close to field goal range but couldn't quite hit the money. So, they're the ones right now, I think, that are feeling a little bit more pressure. I think the Warriors are feeling pretty good about that first half. Yeah, we got beat up a little bit, we got bruised, but hey, like you said, hey, we're winning, baby. So let's go out there, let's pin our ears back, and let's keep doing what we're doing and let the chips fall where they lie. I can tell you this, I'm thinking this is going to be a squeaker, and it's a really good way to start out the year of Lynx TV, and this is going to be one heck of a second half here at the 24th Annual Pigskin Classic.
And I think either team would be very happy with the coming out of this game with the win, regardless of the score. because you know what? When you're playing a top 5 team, the game could go either way. We're playing at home. I kind of like their odds of them coming out playing a little better second half and the 24th annual Pigskin Classic. So we'll see. Maybe we can get a nice, good run back on a kickoff here. Get some good field position.
Well, you got 2 guys back there could certainly make it happen. We got Pudwell and Maddox Mueller. So here we go.
Well, watch out for the squib kick to try to maybe surprise the Lynx here. I'm not calling it. I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised.
Second half underway. This is a shorter kick. Pudwell's going to get his paws on this one near the 5-yard line. Sprints right up the middle. And this is a good-looking return. Pudwell's got some space. Cuts back up the middle. And maybe that's what the Lynx needed because they're going to set up shop at the 40-yard line, a 35-yard return.
Well, we certainly needed that on the offensive side. Hopefully we can get some adrenaline going. And we'll see what they can do. I got a feeling they're going to come out and have a heavy dose of Gus Scott here to see how the defense is playing. So,
well, I'm sure Coach C had plenty to say after that exciting first half. Sun starting to set here on a beautiful night for the Pigskin Classic. Here's Gus Scott. Bounces it to the outside. Good-looking run for Scott. And he's going to be across midfield, and he gets a first down for Brandon Valley. And we've got a player down for the Warriors. So the whistle blows and play stops.
Wouldn't surprise me with the heat and so forth going if we're starting to get a little cramps. And if I had to guess just by what they're doing out on the field and stretching the legs, we've got some calf cramps going on. So don't think it's too serious, folks. We're just going to need to get him stretched out a little bit and get him to the sidelines for at least a play.
Yep, and he pops on up. Looks like he's going to be just fine.
Now let's see here. That was number 2. That was Quentin Hall. He plays in their secondary, so maybe you see if he was one of their starters, and he is, that maybe you kind of pick on that particular spot.
And it's still 80 degrees out there. It's still warm, but about half the field covered with mostly shade. Lynx headed back into the sunlight. I formation, first down. They pitch it. It's Scott. Pushing up the middle to the 45, still dragging defenders. And
got a
he's
good game.
Very nice run.
Looks like about 5, maybe 6. About 5.5. What do you think? 5 3/4?
5 7/8.
Okay, that sounds good. I have no way to dispute you, so I'll go with you, Kyle.
Oh, we have a good time up here, man. Dante Smith on the tackle for the Warriors. That's the first time we've called his name tonight.
We try to get some names out there if we can. Sometimes they're moving at a pretty fast pace. We don't always catch the numbers on the defensive side of the ball, which is my deal. So that's all me.
Delaney alone at the bottom of the screen. They're going to run it again. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And they're moving the chains. First down. That's Veskerna on the run for BV.
So maybe they're trying to say, okay, they had a heavy dose of Scott. Veskerna just a little bit different style, but still a kind of a bruising back. But he does a lot of jump cuts and that type of thing. But nice run there. We got a first down. That's a good way to start a drive in the second half.
Looks like Veskerna still in there, along with Timmer in the backfield. Timmer's had a couple of catches today out of the backfield. It's Knutson stepping up. Throws it to the right side. Good-looking throw as the pass is caught for a first down. Guess who, folks? It's Landon Delaney. First down, BV.
You know, it wasn't the prettiest of passes, but that's where a receiver kind of helps out his quarterback and goes down and makes a catch. It's not always about all the yards after the catch. It's about securing the catch.
And I give Knutson credit. He had pressure in his face and kind of lopped up that right arm and then had to kind of rear back and throw. Didn't quite have the mustard on his fastball that he probably wanted because we've seen him rear back once or twice already. He's got the arm strength, baby.
Yeah, he did a nice job of stepping into the pocket to make sure he can get that pass off.
From the 25, it's a run. Up the middle, Veskerna once more. And on the bottom of that pile, a couple of...
About another, looks like they gave him 5 on that particular one. again, I kind of like the fact that he's patient. He kind of runs behind the line, waits for his opening. He just doesn't drive into the hole. He makes sure that there's a hole there to drive into and get those yards. More importantly, securing the football.
Lane Knutson at the bottom of that pile for the Warriors. Lynx looking very sharp coming out of halftime. They give it to him again. Veskerna, they just keep pushing the pile.
You know, it's nothing fancy, Kyle. You know what? We're basically telling you by having in the fullback, we're going to run between the tackles. We're going to tell you what you're going to do. We'll see if you can stop us. And until you stop us, we're not going to go away from that. Why would you? If you're going to get 5 yards a pop.
And it's going to be another first down for the red and black. They finally decide to move the chains.
Now here might be good for a play action. Maybe that crossing pattern you've been talking about or asking for.
We shall see. Nope, they'll run it again with Veskerna. Right up the gut. Look at him go. Inside the 10-yard line, nearing the 5.
Looks like they've got about a 7-yard, 8. Looks like 8-yard gain there. 2nd down and 2.
Nate Day on the stop.
Yeah, why would you stop that? Just keep giving it to the workhorse that got you there and the offensive line that's pushing them back. Let's just march it into the end zone here.
Yep. Don't be cute. It's 2nd and short. Give them it again. They're going to go out of the shotgun here. I was thinking they might run Timmer here. Veskerna to the right of Knutson. They give it to him. Veskerna tries to bounce it to the outside, and the Warriors' defense is ready this time.
Looks like a loss of about 1.5, 2. Looks like a loss of 1. Brings up 3rd down and about 3.5.
Dante Smith has had his hands full here in this first drive, his 2nd tackle of the drive for the Warriors. This is a big one right here.
I think this is a 2-play territory down here.
Mm-hmm.
I think you got 2 plays to get yourself 3 yards and another 4 to get you to the 4 downs.
Loss of a yard, 3rd and 3. QB run. Knutson slithers. He is absolutely crunched, but not before he picks up a first down. And Knutson, boy, he took a lick at the bottom of that pile.
But, the last person to pop up there is a defensive player. So, number 27, Daniel Ajema, that made the tackle there. But now you got 4 downs to get yourself a touchdown here. And I can't see any reason why I would want to risk a pass here.
Very handsome-looking drive for BV. They've chewed up about half the clock so far. Scott checks back into the game after a great drive from Veskerna. They're going to give it to him right up the middle. Is he in?
Yes.
You betcha. Touchdown, Brandon Valley Lynx. They regain the lead on a 6-minute drive. That gets them into the end zone. They take advantage of that shorter field, and they score to take the lead.
So here's your question. Do you go for the extra point, or do you go for the 2-point try?
They're going for it.
To make it 14.
I think they're going. Knutson's in there.
So is Delaney.
See if it's an I formation. See if they just bruise it in there with Timmer.
You don't need to do anything fancy.
Left hash from the 3-yard line. Scott in the backfield. What'll they do? They fake it. Timmer's open. They throw it. Did he make the catch? Yes!
Sir. He must have reached the ball out over the end zone.
What a play by Landon Delaney. He is a star, folks.
You know, they did something pretty smart there. Instead of having it on the white hash right in the middle, they moved it over to the left hash so they had a lot more green to play with. And, he overthrew the first guy, which would have been easy to throw to because he was wide open. But Delaney had to catch that ball and turn and basically reach out the ball to break the plane. So you got to like it.
Yep.
That's very big to get that missed point back from the first touchdown. So good job, good opening drive. You couldn't have asked for anything more. You chewed up half of the third quarter, and you got a score, and you got a big score.
Well, I got to give credit to Knutson on that throw, too, because that is not an easy throw to make on the run. You know, I thought he was going to just dump it off to Timmer and hope that he would break a tackle. But no, he had the confidence to say, no, I am going to make this throw, and my best player my best offensive player is going to make this happen, and that's exactly what Landon Delaney did. Geez, I bet you he's got 7, 8, 9 catches already today.
You know, it seems like they've passed it to him a lot. There's been a lot of different levels of passes that he's caught, and so they're using him to try to get the ball in his hands to make a play. And he definitely made a play there.
On the return for the Warriors, out near the 20-yard line, giving a nice round of applause for a nice pursuit. Caden Carroll on the return.
You know, I gotta give credit to the special teams coach and how he's coaching the teams. They just stay in their lanes on their kickoffs and on their punts to make sure that nobody breaks containment, and they just wrap up and tackle. There hasn't been a lot of missed tackles tonight.
So a big drive coming up. Let's see how the Warriors answer here. Lynx have scored on 2 of their last 3 drives. Warriors scored late on that long touchdown pass. Here's a run to the right side. Slipping tackles. He can't get away for long, though. It was a run for Ralph Williams. A couple of Lynx in there on the stop, including number 27, Gray.
And, so that was a good pursuit. They only allowed him to get one. Seemed like he was running and running, made a lot of run, but for not a lot of game.
I think that's going to be this Lynx defense's MO this year. They're not going to leave a lot of space to do much. Keep an eye out on Owen Warren, number 18 at the top of your screen. He's been the star so far. They're going to throw it deep. And this one's intercepted, picked off by Brandon Valley. And right up the middle, Pudwell on the INT, and the Lynx are in business inside the 30-yard line. What a play.
He went up for it like he was a receiver. Maybe they need to move him to the offensive side of the ball and see if he can catch any passes like that for Mr. Knutson, because he just reached out of nowhere and grabbed it like a receiver would.
Excellent
He's
play.
got very good hand-eye skills.
Yep, he's the punt returner for a reason. Probably the best catcher on the team, always getting that. Well, Delaney might have that, but,
Hey, we're giving him credit.
They sure look darn good right there.
Now, can they put a dagger in here and get a 2-score?
What you just felt here in the booth was not the wind. That was the momentum swoosh right there, it feels like. Timmer in motion, first down for Brandon Valley. They're right back to business. Knutson, he's going to go deep. He's going to go into the end zone, and this one is incomplete. Could have been intercepted. Maybe could have been caught.
Yeah, I think that he went up for it with just the one hand. Wyatt Melcher went up with one hand. I was hoping he was going to be able to bring it down. He's got some pretty big hands, and he's a big, tall receiver. Last year, I think one of the touchdowns that I remember, he just kind of went up with one hand and brought it down like that right at the goal line. So that was a good play. That was not a terrible pass. And it wasn't in a position where the defense could grab it unless it was slowed down and tipped up or something of that nature.
Second down and 10. Melcher at the bottom of your screen. They're going to give it to the running back. He is stuck. Nice defensive play by this Warriors, but
Veskrina looks like he lost 2 on the play. I see the field goal kicker is down here warming up. Number 14, Miles Hunt. That would be kind of a long field goal.
Mm-hmm. You're looking at about 48 yards from right here, maybe 47.
So let's just get a first down. We won't have to worry about that.
Caden Walkus checking into the game for BV. Melcher and Delaney to the left side. It's Walkus on the right. They're looking left. They will throw it. Pass is caught by Melcher, and he is going to be stopped at around the 24-yard line, and it's decision time for the Lynx.
Be a 41-yarder from here. I don't think they're going to go for it. I think they're too close to punt, because they wouldn't be gaining but about 4 yards. And I think they might be a little out of the field goaler's range, but we shall see what they do.
I think their mindset, too, is, hey, we're playing with house money here. We got the turnover. Let's try to make something happen. Ojulo on the stop for the Warriors on that last play. Big fourth down here, 4th and 5. Knutson, they're going to just throw it out. Pass is caught by Scott. Can he get the corner? You betcha. Scott with a first down and more, and he is finally stopped by Nate Day, but not before they move the sticks for the red and black.
You know, I don't think that defensive back really wanted to have anything to do with Scott when he got that ball and he turned his shoulders upfield, because Scott looked like he was a train ready to run over something.
I'm a 31-year-old man, and I don't even think I want to see anything like that. No, thank you.
Yeah, once he gets downhill on a run, he's just a load and a handful. But what a good play call.
Veskerna is back in the game. See if the Lynx try to bruise it one more time. Delaney, the only wide receiver. They're going to give it to Veskerna. He scoots up the middle.
Looks like they're going to give him about 4.
Good run.
4 yards looks like they're going to give him. But what a good run on first down. More importantly, the clock is still running. They're down to about 2:40 to go.
Boy, we are flying here, huh?
Oh. I might not have to take a nap when I get home.
I might take an 8-hour one.
Yeah, no, there's that.
Second down and 7 after the run for Veskerna. He's still in there. They're going to give it to him again. Why not? And he once again pushes the pile, gets to the 5-yard line.
Looks like they got about 3rd and 3.
On the stop for the Warriors. Number 58, Hayes Peterson.
Like I said, I think you're 2-down territory here inside the 5. I think you got to run it here and see if you can pick up that first down, and then you can see where you want to go from there.
Field goal would make it a 2-possession game as we head towards the 4th, but let's see what we do here on 3rd down. They're going to give it to him again, and he loses the football, but it is picked up by the Lynx.
There's a good heads-up play, holding on to the ball for Parliament. Looked down, got on it. So now, interesting play. I would say that they're going to go for it.
Gus Scott is in the game, and yeah, they are. Boy, this is a gutsy call here. You can make it a 2-possession game with the wind at your back. Question is, will they just try to catch them off sides, or are they really going? 4th and 4. Biggest play of the game coming right here, folks. They fake it. They throw it. End zone! Touchdown! Landon Delaney. Good call, partner, for going for it on the 4th down. 20-7 Lynx.
Now, you had talked about this several times throughout the game, and I think the coaches were hearing you. Let's try something just across the line, a slant pattern. That's exactly what Delaney did. He made a quick outstep. He got the defender to take one step to the outside, and he was wide open in the end zone. There was nobody there.
Gus Scott on the extra point here. 0 for 1 so far today. Low snap. And this one is no good. He misses this one, and that looked like it was trouble from the start. Tough snap, and it looked like the ball was just a little bit low.
Yeah, they didn't get the ball down, and I can't blame them. I wouldn't have been able to get that ball down either, but the snap was coming across a little bit light and kind of messed up the timing. But we got a 2-score game here. We got a 13-point lead, and we're just getting ready to end the 3rd quarter. So it was a good 3rd quarter for the Lynx. The offense is starting to click a little bit. The defense is helping out, doing their part by getting a turnover, so you got to like the way the second half is starting.
We played 11 minutes and 11 seconds in this second half, and I think Brandon Valley has had the ball for about 11 of them, because I don't remember what play that interception was on, but that was very early in the drive.
Yeah, they maybe had a run, and then they had a pass, and that was it.
Yeah. And the way that this Lynx team has been able to run the football in this second half, not bursting through the line of scrimmage, not busting 15 to 20 yards down the field, but those back-breaking 4, 3, 5-yard runs, they're really starting, I think, to break down this Washington team. And Washington doesn't score here, and the Lynx get the ball back. They've pulled together another 6-minute drive or so. Even if they don't score, that's big trouble.
It is, and I think they're starting to wear down a little bit. With just the style of play that the Lynx are doing, I think they're just wearing down.
Williams gets his paws on this one. cuts. And Pudwell is in there to make the stop.
Made a nice, again, they forced him to the middle of the field, and everybody stayed their lane.
Jelima on the stop as well. Boy, Pudwell has just been really impressive, and he has been, other than Delaney, I think he might be the player of the game.
So it looks like we've got a Lynx player down. It looks like it was Evan Gray. He walked a few steps, so I don't know if maybe he got the wind knocked out of him a little bit, but he kind of walked a couple of steps. So I think they're just going to come out in the heat and that kind of stuff, but it looks like they're getting ready to try to help him up. So I think he'll be okay, but not surprised with as hot as it is out there. And we're not even exerting ourselves, Kyle, and it's warm in here.
Yep, I'm feeling it a little bit.
Yep, he's walking off underneath his own power.
I'm going to have me when I get home, going to have me a nice caffeine-free Coke Zero, because at 31, that's what I do to relax nowadays.
You know, I've got kids that are older than you, Kyle.
I should say older. I'm getting a little older.
Okay, defense. Let's see what you can do. Let's get another turnover here. Stop them. Make them punt.
Warriors got some work to do here. First down. They're going to run it. Williams, not much.
I don't think they maybe gave him half yard. Well, we'll give him a yard. At least the field is now completely in shade, which should help a little bit.
Gunnar Swift on the stop for BV. And, you know, the Lynx struggled a little bit last year in the ground game, giving up over 150 yards a game on the ground. That's not happening tonight so far. Hoffman, they're going to throw it. They're going to throw it out wide, and the pass is caught, short of first down yardage, but the pass was complete to Owen Warren.
Looks like they maybe gave him about 4 more. And the end of the third quarter.
Wow.
That's been quick. Seems like we just got started.
Well, a good-looking third quarter for Brandon Valley. We were wondering if they were going to take the momentum of those 2 good offensive drives that they had at the end of that first half and turn it into something. They did that and more, my friend.
They certainly did. And now they got a fourth quarter. They get to play it at home. So we'll see how it goes. I think they make sure that the coaching staff's doing a good job of keeping them hydrated. They're rotating players in and out to keep them fresh. So let's have a good fourth quarter. We got 12 minutes of football left, and see if they can bring home a win on the 24th annual Pigskin Classic.
We got one other game going on, and they're about to get underway. O'Gorman and Harrisburg. That's a top 5 matchup. Played at Howard Wood Field. Had some games yesterday. Roosevelt and Rapid City Central in a squeaker. Good game, 21-19. Sioux Falls Lincoln picking up where they left off after their championship season. They win at 55-7. They're ranked second. And a small upset, Sioux Falls Jefferson. They were receiving votes. They take down number 4 Watertown 38-7. They took care of business at Howard Wood.
So yeah, it's it's kind of funny. We talk about ranked teams and so forth, and it all depends upon who's doing the rankings. In the Argus Leader rankings type deal, Watertown was receiving votes. In the South Dakota High School Athletic Association poll, Watertown is number 4. You know, it's good for Watertown. It's good for a program to get into the top 5, and that shows you're playing good football and you're making the right progression with your programs.
So here we go, 3rd and 5. As we start the fourth quarter, it's crunch time, friends. Pass to the left is caught.
They might be a little short.
Well, we'll see. Pass was caught by Davion Bonwell-Whitty. It'll be 4th down.
So do you go for it here? Knowing
the
quarterback's going, what are you doing? You stay on the field, and the coach is going, I'm sending out my punter.
I give credit to Hoffman for standing up for his team. He's a good leader. Wanted him to stay off the field to get 1, but they are going to punt. That's a tough call.
You know, if you just didn't have somebody that just ran off a half a quarter with predominantly run plays, I know why Hoffman is saying we need to stay out here.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to give them the now they got to delay a game, I think.
Well, that'll make the decision way easier. Yep, delayed game. Good call, partner.
Well, I wouldn't say it was such a good call. I can see who called it, and he's the guy that watches the clock over here. That's but like I said, that takes away any decision making.
Pudwell has no return yards via punt. He did have that great kick return and the interception.
He's had a great game on defense and special teams.
He's going to get a chance here.
Nope, he's fair.
Oh, he fair caught it.
For a fair catch, which is, you know what, though? You don't want to make a decision here when you're up by 2 scores and you get a chance to wear down the clock, son.
Yep.
I think he feels that we're starting to impose our will on what we want to do with a very tired team. Let's do that. Let's not risk trying to make a great play that could end up being a turnover type deal.
Yeah. And this could be the backbreaker here. Any sort of points. Now, a field goal would not make it a 3-score game. It would make it, you got to get 2 touchdowns and 2 twos, but that would be a spirit breaker. First down, Scott in the backfield with Timmer. They give it to him. Bobbled the handoff a bit.
But he's still got 2.5, 3 yards.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta like it when you can bobble that and still manage to get positive yards.
It might not be kosher to start clock watching now.
But we got an offensive lineman that's shaken up a little bit. I think it's Cal Weiss that is kind of down. Looks like, by the way it looks on him, he's got a cramp going.
Yep.
They're just trying to stretch out the calf there. So I know Mom and Dad are probably in the audience watching the game, but if anybody's back at home, don't worry too much, folks. This looks like a routine cramp when it's 80 degrees and it's hot out here and it's humid, and they're running and they're wearing the equipment.
Yep, and Quentin Hall for the Washington Warriors, he's right there as well. He's saying, well, if he's going to do it, then you know what? I'm cramping too. And actually, that was not
Stephen Tran.
Yep, that was Stephen Tran. Couldn't quite see the numbers when he was lying down. But he's going to limp off the field.
And I tell you what, you've had cramps, I've had cramps. There is nothing fun about those.
I kid you not, this is so uninteresting to the viewing audience and to you. I had a cramp last night. I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning with a leg cramp. So
you were looking for sympathy,
yep.
Kyle. Just sympathy, that's it.
Yep. Mariah, if you're listening right now, that was a sympathy cramp last night. So Scott's going to be in the backfield here on 2nd and 7.
They were holding them up, make sure that everybody was ready and get an opportunity to substitute.
Clock starts to wind. Scott. And he runs into a wall after maybe 2 yards. This Warriors defense has still been tough.
And it looks like now we've got Dante Smith is kind of slow to get back to his feet. He doesn't want to have the official come over there and help him because then he's got to leave the game. So he kind of jumped up before they got over there. So be an interesting call here.
Eli Trugi on the stop. Warriors in desperate need to get off the field here.
Well, look for Mr. Delaney to come up with some kind of play here.
They fake it. They throw it. Pass is caught. Timmer.
Oh.
He lost it. And who's got the ball? They're going to say it went out of bounds before it was touched, but Timmer had the first down. And now the ball is going to be spotted back pretty much near where, well, they're going to give him maybe 1 yard on the play. And they're going to stay on the field.
For 4th and 2. You know, that was not a bad play call. He just got hit. He got popped pretty hard, and the ball come loose. They're very fortunate that it got to that white spot on the edge of the field there before the defenders.
Huge 4th down. They run, spinning, and getting the first down, and plenty more into enemy territory. What a nice run by, I think it's Veskerna.
I tell you what, if you could run that play back on instant replay, you would marvel at what he had to do to catch that ball, because that was whipping by his face mask up here, and he grabbed it out of the deal while still running full steam forward to try to get to that hole. What a great save by Vescra.
Yeah, strange pitch because it was really more of just a handoff, and maybe he was expecting a handoff and got something a little different, but it all works out. He's still in the backfield. He's going to get it. He darts right up the middle. Vescra close to another first down, and they're moving the sticks.
Nice run. Right between the tackles. There's nothing fancy here. It's just my guys are overpowering your guys, and they're getting holes, and the running backs are doing an excellent job of getting through those holes.
Number 55, Gage Luke's on the stop for the Warriors. And this is the back-breaking drive we were talking about. They are just trying to suck the life right out of this Warrior team and come away with Pigskin Classic number 24, give them a victory. Heck, the way they're playing, they might just hold on to the ball the rest of the game. Vescra, Warriors up to the task this time.
Yeah, that was a good trip up. They just overwhelmed that side of the football and did not allow any holes there. So, but the clock still continues to run.
Nearing 8 minutes. Lane Knutson on the stop for the Warriors. Loss of 1. Now, one of these times, man, they're going to slip through that big front. That big front 7, 8, 9, however many they have in the box, and he's going to go free. And
if I'm their Diaz, I'm not risking a pass. Just let me just keep moving the ball forward.
Well, they will pass. They throw, and this one's intercepted. Picked off on the play, and around the outside goes Quentin Hall, still going, and a big mistake gives the Warriors life with 7:43 to go. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that was an ill-advised throw there. If you're going to pass, let's make it a high percentage pass, almost like a run, but a swing pass and that type of deal. Don't necessarily try to do something too much to move it down the field, because stuff like that can happen. But with that being said, there's only 7 minutes and 43 seconds. We're going to put the defense back out there and see if the defense can stop them one more time for you.
Well, I am not a football player, and I did not play one on TV, but it really looked like Knutson was kind of eyeing one guy, and I think Washington sniffed it out. They jumped the route. Great play by Quentin Hall, and it'll be up to the Lynx defense to make something happen here. First down. Hoffman rolling. Hoffman wants to go deep. He's in a lot of trouble. Now he's going to take off and run. He's got first down yardage, and he slips out of bounds.
Ooh, I thought maybe the official was going to throw a flag, but he did not. And it looks like Micah Zocker was down on the sidelines down here. He was kind of almost acting like he was getting the start of a cramp, but he popped back up, and he's still trying to work on it right up by the football.
Yeah.
He just doesn't want to come out of this game. He knows how important he is to the middle of this line.
Nope, biggest drive so far. Warriors trying to sneak back into this one. On first down. From across midfield, a sack.
That was good pressure. They went straight up the field with the sack versus pressure going angled at the quarterback, which made him stay in the pocket. That's good design on how you want your defensive front three to get to the quarterback.
Remember that guy who the last play was having the cramps and he was struggling? That Mackay?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in on the sack. How about that, huh?
He didn't want to come out of the game, but it's kind of tagging on him. But
yeah, he could smell it.
It's adrenaline overcoming pain.
Mackay Zocker. This is a tough defensive front for the Lynx and a really good secondary.
Flag on the play.
Yeah, they got the timeout off. Warriors did. Boy, that is a tough time to have to take a timeout. Losing a timeout with 6:48 down 2 scores.
Yeah, but he knows how important, because it would have been another 5 yards onto the first down and 15, so it would have been first down and 20. And yards are kind of tough to come by. this late in the game, especially when you're getting a little winded, you're a little dehydrated. You've played a long, tough, grinding game. So you hate to take them, but do you risk not being able to get a score down there? You can't afford the extra yard loss.
Yeah, you can't really be backed up right now if you're the Warriors. You got enough problems. I don't want to call that touchdown that they got a fluke. I do not. But, boy, other than that breakdown of the secondary, man, has just been an impressive performance.
So if I'm the defense, I got to rush just straight up the field, and you do not let Mr. Hoffman get out of the pocket, because then all of a sudden now you got to decide who you're gonna cover.
Warren was the motion man. Hoffman lobs it over the middle, and the pass is caught. Davion Bronwell Whitty, excuse me, getting the first down.
That was a good play. That was a good play, a good route right in the middle of the defense. He might know a little bit about kind of what they do here on defenses, because Davion used to play for Brandon Valley this last year, and he knows kind of where the holes are in some of this stuff. So that was a good play call.
Played for him last year, still don't know his name. How about that? Hoffman rolls away, pressure coming. He's going deep. Right side for Bonwell Whitty. Pass incomplete. That is great coverage on the play by Drake Jelema, one of the captains.
Yep, and they were kind of hollering for pass interference, and Bonwell Whitty is kind of slow to get up, but they were both going for the ball there.
Yep, there was a little contact, but
And there's just as much kind of pushing off as there is trying to get position on the ball. So I like how the officials are allowing them to play.
Yep.
They haven't called that play all night long, so you can't start calling it in the last 6 minutes of a game.
Hey, it ain't croquet, baby. This is hard-nosed football.
I noticed that Bonwell Whitty is over to the sidelines. He's a little bit shaken up there and got his helmet off. So somebody call a timeout?
Oh, Washington has to take their second timeout with 6:10 to go. That's spelling trouble.
Well, I'm wondering if they took the timeout so that they could get Bonwell Whitty back into the game, because I think they have to take a play off if they're kind of down and kind of go off to the sidelines. But it'll be interesting to see if he comes back into the game, and that's why they took the timeout, because he is a big play threat. He
Absolutely.
And he did very well for the Lynx last year. So I'll be watching here close to see. I don't see him on the sidelines.
Yeah.
And that may be the only way to keep him into the game, because it's starting to get down there. It's got 6 minutes and 10 seconds to go.
Yeah, it's all hands on deck for sure for the Warriors. And I do not see him on the field right now.
Wow, they must have needed to regroup or something. So, all right, defense, we need a big one here.
Well, that one really hurts if you're the Warriors, having to spend their second timeout down 2 scores with 6 minutes left. Here comes pressure. And Hoffman cannot get away.
Jelema. He really crashed pretty hard. Hoffman kind of stepped up in the pocket, but he got just enough of the jersey to kind of spin him down. What a great play. What a good time to call Jelema on the from the outside. So
I believe that was number 27, Evan Gray, in fact.
Excuse me, I totally got that incorrect. You are right. It is Evan Gray. He's had a couple of those sacks tonight.
Yeah, they've both, him and Jelema, they've been the defensive Energizer bunnies. 3rd and long. Hoffman running for his life again, and he's just going to give up and go down the sideline. Clock is going to run here. Referee signaling it, and it's going to be 4th down. They just live to fight another play.
4th down and 9. They almost got to go for it.
Yep, they do.
You know, if you punt here, you're just kind of saying, okay, we can't win this.
Yep, and nice to see Bonwell Whitty back in the game.
I'm putting Mr. Pudwell one-on-one with Whitty out there and seeing if he can hold him down, but he's not.
Here we go, 4th and 9, game possibly on the line for the Warriors right here. Hoffman will throw. He's going to run up the middle, and he is not going to get there. The Lynx get the stop. And guess who it was, folks? Number 27, once again, Evan Gray.
I said, looks like Tommy Hoffman's down.
Ouch.
I don't think he took a huge hit. I think he's probably going to be okay, but right now he's put a lot of energy out onto the field, and he knew how important that particular first down was, and he just had too much pressure. They sent too many people for him to be able to get away, and he just didn't have time to get set to get the pass out there.
Boy, this whole Lynx defense, faster than a bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, as they say. They have come to play.
Kind of like you, Kyle.
Oh yeah, I don't know about that. You ask any of my baseball coaches if I'm faster than a speeding bullet, they'll tell you no. I'm about as fast as molasses in the middle of January.
I was thinking more faster than a blank.
Oh yeah.
So he looks like Tommy Hoffman is walking off the field underneath his own power. So that's good to see.
Mm-hmm.
But the Lynx took over. They've got 4 minutes and 46 seconds to see if they can hold on to this game here. I'm hoping that we see a heavy dose of Veskerna or Gus Scott just to march it up the field and wind down the clock.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, I'm giving Tommy Hoffman a lot of credit. He has taken some licks tonight. He's made some good throws. He has been tough as nails. He is a great football player for the Warriors. They're going to throw it here. Pass is caught. Wyatt Melcher making the catch. Clock winds, short gain.
2 yards.
Yeah.
You know, that he was wide open. It was a low-risk pass. They got a couple of yards. They kept the clock going. It looks like Quentin Hall is kind of hobbling off to the field. I would say it's looking like he's starting to cramp up a little bit. So it looks like number 16 checking into the game is Tony Ojulo. Is up. I take that back. He's now running off, and number 41, Simon Rabaka Collins, is checking into the game for the first time tonight.
I'm thinking every grocery store and gas station within a 10-mile radius is going to be out of Pedialyte after this one. Here's a run right up the middle.
Looks like they gained 3.
Veskerna on the run.
It's like about 3rd down and 6. And the clock is still running. We've got 3:45 to play.
Gage Luke's on the stop for the Warriors. Warriors defense has been tough too.
They have. They've kind of they stopped us for the most part. You take away a couple of plays there, and they've really stopped the Lynx pretty well tonight.
This Warrior team won 2 games last year. I'm thinking that's not going to be happening this year. I think they're contenders, folks. Knutsen's going to throw it, and he throws a meat-seeking missile over the middle, and the pass is caught.
That's a good play of going down in the medium secondary just behind the linebackers and kind of sitting down and saying, okay, here's where I'm going to be. I'm going to be wide open. Just give me the ball. Don't throw it high. Just give me the ball.
And I'm not sure if Mueller had made a catch before that play, but Maddox Mueller may have just put the game on ice with a cold-blooded throw and catch between Knutsen and him.
Yeah, we've only got 2 minutes and 50 seconds, and that clock just seems like it's running down like nobody's business.
No 2-minute warning here either. They started doing that in college football. I don't think they're doing it for high school. They run. They're not going to be cute at all. Scott, who's had a great game tonight, for about 3.
So it looks like it's 2nd down and 7, and again, the clock just continues to grind.
My guess is they'll run again. Washington will eventually use their last timeout. But this is going to wind down all the way to under 2 minutes. It's going to be about 1:58 or so when they have to snap it. So they're going to run another play, maybe take the timeout then, but if not, you're talking about being close to under a minute. And this one looks like it might be over, folks. They run again. Scott going to be stopped. All you got to do, it doesn't matter if he loses 20 yards. You just got to hold on to that football. And Washington's going to take their final timeout with 1:51 to go in what has turned out to be a beautiful night on a beautiful day in the 24th Annual Pigskin Classic. and a beautiful defensive performance is going to put the Lynx hopefully in the win column.
Yeah, it's looking good at this point in time. The coaches are coming over and kind of saying, here's what we need to do, guys. Hold on to the football. Hold on to the football, and hold on to the football. It doesn't matter what we gain. Just hold on to the football. They cannot stop the clock on us.
Well, Lynx were down 7-6 going into the second half. Listen to this quote that I got from Matt Christensen about some of the big challenges for this year. Overcoming adversity. Opponents, playing talent, and coaching acumen always presents challenges. However, we welcome challenge. They welcomed that adversity at the half. I think that first half, a half that they felt like they took care of business on everything but the scoreboard, and they took that adversity, they took that anger, they took that frustration out. They ran the ball, and finally popped off a few passes, and next thing you know, you're in the driver's seat.
Yeah, it's been a good set of adjustments at halftime for the Lynx coaching staff. You gotta like what you see. Again, they played a heck of a first half, just didn't only get 6 points.
Third down here. Veskerna back in the backfield. And they're going to try to do a little razzle-dazzle here. It's Landon Delaney. Bounces it to the outside. He's loose! Landon Delaney is incredible! Touchdown!
Flag on the field.
Oh, no!
Right about the 43-yard line, there's a flag on the field.
Oh.
I think it's going to come back. I think it's going to be holding.
Yeah, they're pointing.
On the offense.
He's still amazing.
No, he is. That was what a great play call to, you knew that they were going to over-pursue and that they shouldn't be trying anything fancy, but and it wasn't high risk. It was a great play, but I think you're going to find defensive holding. Offensive holding, rather. Excuse me.
Holding. Offense. Number 11. 10-yard penalty.
You see, that's why he got loose on the other end.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The far side receiver kind of held him a little. There's holding on every play out here. There is. It's just a matter of what they're going to call. And that one you almost had to call it because it was at the point of where they broke the play open. So now, with that being said, there's 1 minute and 42 seconds to go. They still got a 3rd and 1.
Well, I would not be cute. I would run this ball right up the middle, let the chips fall where they lie. 3rd and 2. Lynx have a chance to put this one on ice. Veskerna, he's not going to get there, I don't think. Maybe that second push. No, he's going to be right near the line of scrimmage. Maybe got 1 yard. So the Lynx could do one of two things here. They can let it run all the way down and maybe call a timeout, run one more play, or they could punt.
I don't know that I would risk a punt here, but in either scenario, they've got they're going to get it down below 1 minute before they call. I think before they call their timeout, because that would put it at about 57 seconds before they call timeout and discuss what they're going to do. Like I said, it wouldn't hurt if they just ran the ball into the line on 4th down and put this game on ice.
Yeah, they will take their timeout. 57 seconds.
How about that? We actually maybe know what we're talking about there for a second.
Mathematicians over here.
Something like that.
Yeah, if Mr. Hoagie's listening, he's probably rolling his eyes right now at that comment that I made. Lynx are going to move to 1-0. If they hold on and win this one, they'll head over on September 6th. That's next week on Friday. They're going to head on out to West River, take on Rapid City Stevens. That game will be at 4 o'clock at Rapid City O'Hara Stadium.
Yeah, it's always a tough trip across the state because you got to deal with the travel and I call it the jet lag, but it's not a plane, but it's the travel across the state. You got to go and play in the afternoon, which it's going to be hotter than you would like than playing in an evening game. Now, right now, I don't think Rapid City Stevens is off to a super strong start this year. I believe that they got beat by Lincoln yesterday.
Yes.
And so the Lynx got to come out and say, you know what? We just got to pound it early. Don't get overconfident. Don't give them a chance to think that they maybe could stay in that game and just take care of business out there.
Yep.
Then he can come back in 2 weeks and see what we got.
My words exactly. To take care of business. Here we go. 4th down. They will run, and they get the first down with Veskerna And my friends, this game is over.
So we're going to have about, they can run 35. They can just do a kneel down, 2 kneel downs, and excuse me, and this game is over. Because Washington has no timeouts, I don't believe.
Nope, they are out of timeouts. They can run this play anytime. And when they do, the clock will wind and the Lynx will be 1-0. And will end a really great day here, not only on the football field, but everywhere for the Lynx. And there it is.
And the Lynx are, like I said, are starting off 1-0. It was kind of a proving game to kind of see what you had on offense. We kind of knew what they had on defense, and they proved that. That's still kind of there from last year. We do want to say before we go, Kyle, we want to give our sponsors one more shout out to make sure that they know how much we appreciate what they do for us. You know, our Lynx All-American sponsors are Alliance Communications, Aspen Ridge, Coca-Cola Bottling Chesterman Company, Midco Communications, Sanford Health, Sioux Valley Energy. Our MVP sponsors are First Dakota National Bank, Rogers Plumbing and Heating, Sanford Health in Brandon, Sanford Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. And our champion sponsors are Alliance Communications, American Family Insurance, Josh Koob Agency, Brandon Ace Hardware, Brandon Lumber Company, Heartland Funeral Home, Horizon Pet Care, Quick Star, Sioux Falls Specialty Hospital, Sunshine Food Stores, and today's Family Dentistry. Thank you to all of our sponsors for making this game and all of the games this calendar year possible through Lynx TV.
Absolutely. Game MVP for you?
The defense. They got to give the defense. I mean, they stopped everything that they needed to. I mean, you're not going to stop a good team, and Washington is certainly a good team, and this can't be necessarily representative of how they're going to do the whole year, but you know, they did have one big play, and they capitalized on it. They made a good deal. But other than that, the Lynx defense made all the stops that they needed to make. They slowed the game down. They allowed a new quarterback to kind of settle into his new role. He made some good plays as well, but I think the defense is my MVP. And yours?
Well, I was thinking defense, but since you chose it, I'm going to go with Delaney, who he caught the long touchdown, got a big 2-point conversion, you know, made a ton of catches tonight. He's a star, folks. You know, one big run called back by penalty, but he's a really impressive young man. Yeah,
that was easily a touchdown, but a great run to boot. You know, so anyway, it's been a great game. It's nice working with you tonight, Kyle. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, and before we go, I just want to say that it's been a couple years since I've been up here to broadcast Lynx TV football, and being up here tonight for the Pigskin Classic, it's really meant a lot to me. So thanks everybody for tuning in.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good night.
Final score 20-7 for Bob Arnold. I'm Kyle Roki. Good night.